Hi. This is new for me. Everybody on YouTube, I've got all kinds of little things popping up in front of me. Never been on YouTube live. I've done a few Facebook, but today we're going to talk about adhesive. So I've had questions about it, and I've been struggling with adhesive for quilting a little bit. So let's just dig in. Before Christmas, I decided I wanted to make this little quilt kit for my grandbaby. It's all minky, top and bottom. Now, if you've ever worked on minky, you know that it shifts. So I've made a lot of minky and I've never used adhesive, but talking to a friend made me decide to try it. So this quilt, you can see, has lots of rows of fabric. So what you would do is lay your batting down and spray it, put some adhesive on it. Then you put the first row, and then put the second row right sides together and sew your first seam. Then you're going to flip it down, use some adhesive, and repeat until you get through all the rows. Sounds simple, yes, and it is. It's not terrible. When I've made them in the past, I've had a lot of shifting and a lot of movement and had to cut quite a bit off because of the stretching and the bunching and all of that. So I decided I would read the instructions for one, and listen to a friend's advice to use adhesive. So the instructions say use 505 temporary adhesive. Now this stuff is really fantastic. I really like it. I don't not like it, but let me just tell you the pros and cons. So it's really sticky. You wait just seconds and it's tacky and it works beautifully. But you will need to go outside and put a tarp down and then put your quilt on it and then spray. Or like my friend used, she created a box out of other boxes, made a big box to lay the quilt inside in her sewing room. Now this seems like a really great idea, except she over time has a lot of buildup of 505 on her blinds and her mop boards. So because she told me that, I wasn't really thrilled about having a lot of overspray. I do love this. I use it on my design wall. I've used it for years on different design walls. Sometimes you have to use a little extra because it is temporary. It'll come loose and then you just spray a little more. So it's great, but I didn't want the over spray. And it is so cold. There is no way I was going to go out every row and spray in the cold. So 505 is great if you can mitigate the overspray. So it's a really good product. I do like it. There's other adhesives that I like as well. So there's the Appliglue from Jill Lilly Studios. And this is an acid-free pH neutral glue. Comes with a specialty tip and it's great. All of these are going to wash out when you wash your quilt, so there's not really any fear. It will make them a little stiff at first, but it washes out really easily. Then there is the Roxanne quilt based, and that is a really beat up label, also a little tiny one. These are all great glues. They all work. Fantastic. You need glue when you do applique or sometimes when you do wool or this minky that I'm doing. These wouldn't probably work really great on the minky. Just it's too wet and you can't use enough of it to hold. But this is great for applique and some other things. Now, they say that, well, like this one on it, it says anti-clog precision tip. Okay, it's a specialty tip. It is going to clog. They will all clog. So just don't worry about it. Just get one of your really fine sewing pins, especially in this one. Just stick your pin down in that hole and you can clean out the dry glue. It's not a big deal. They all clog. Don't worry about it. They're still useful. They're still a good product. This is kind of a personal preference, what you want to use, what kind of glue. There's quite a few glues on the market. I think this glue stick is a Walmart glue stick. It's a white one. I use it. There's also just regular school glue. It washes out great. This is probably the school glue and the glue stick are probably what I've used the most over the years. Never had any trouble with it. I've been quilting my entire life. Really, since I was about 5 years old, I've been quilting with my grandmothers. And once I started piecing and applique and things on my own, this has been my go-to. This is great. It is a little wet and it still clogs just like the others. You just use a pin. But this one, this right here is my go-to. The purple glue stick, washable school glue. I use this on this. Instead of using the spray glue, I just use this. No mess. And if you do, if you get a little on your table or your hand, it washes right off. So it's not a big deal. But I used it on that quilt and it was so much better. My finished product was so much better when I got done. I didn't have all the wonky waves and things that I had to cut off. And my finished product was just better. And that was so easy. Not have to put out a tarp. I could use it on my cutting table and I didn't have to go outside. So that was a win. I'm going to make a second one. I've got another grandbaby whose birthday's coming up. So I'm going to make a second one and I will do a video on step-by-step how to do it probably within the next month. Her birthday's coming up in March. So we'll get this one done and I'll show you how I use the glue. And if you're curious, this one is a 28 by 37 when it's finished. Perfect for a 1-year-old grandbaby. All Makey front and back. This kit has everything but your batting in it. It also includes the binding. And this video is showing it as a really pale yellow. It's a little brighter. The color is banana. So if you look at a banana hide, a banana skin, it's a little closer to that color than the video is making it. This can be found on my website. These are really quick. I made it in under 2 hours with testing. Let's try this glue, see how it works. Under 2 hours for that one. We have several on our website. Here's this one. This is 28 by 37. It's a little smaller. And actually it's the same, but they're all row quilts. They are all so easy. I used bamboo batting. I love 100% bamboo batting. That's what I put in there because it's really light and drapey for kids and babies. The bamboo gives you the warmth you need without the bulk and the weight. So bamboo batting is my go-to, especially with Vinky. Here's another. This is called Love Bug. It is 38 by 58. The stripes go a little differently. It's pretty quick to sew together as well. So again, you can see those cute little ladybugs in there. It's a gray, black, and red and white. Then here's another kit. If you are needing something for Valentine's, this quilt is really fun. I'm in love with the box. I don't know. I would buy this just for the box. Anyway, the quilt on the back, that's what the quilt looks like. 4 of those blocks are panel. They're a panel, big panel in here that you cut apart. And then you would just make the only blocks you have to make are those 4 hearts and then sew your borders on. The kit includes the pattern, fabric, quilt top, and binding. So you would need batting and backing for this. This box, though, let me just tell you, it's got a magnetic closure. It's so cool. A window that shows the Hershey fabric. It's got all kinds, let me see if I can hold this lid. It's got all kinds of fun fabrics in here. And then the panel is in the very back that you would cut apart. So there's a panel back there. And that panel, let's close this and I'll flip this back over for you. That panel is what you're going to cut apart to make these 4 blocks. Here, 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 and there. So that panel, pretty quick. You could whip this out. We have a few more days in the month. You could get it shipped out. We ship pretty quick. and get it made before Valentine's and use it all month long. So I think you'd be able to make this one in under a couple hours too, pretty quick. So if you need kits, they're on our website. We're at hotchocolatequiltcompany.com. And if you have questions, go ahead and put them over here in the chat or reach out and comment. You can also find us on Facebook. I've just posted some pictures of 2 new quilts. These are new kits also in on our website, the Drunkard's Path and the Turtle Dance. And they are both made the same. They're both with the Drunkard's Path. The difference is this turtle has a little seed that you sew and cut in half to make the turtle heads and tails. So they're both the same idea. It looks scary. It looks like there's curved pieces, but if you look at this, it's going to show you right there. You're using square pieces. You sew on a flat piece. If you look at this right here, let's see, right here, it shows you that you are sewing a curve, but it's not so terrible. You sew it, you cut it, you reverse it, you zigzag it down. Not hard at all. Let me just show you some pictures of these. The one behind me, I'm sitting here. I've got the Drunkard's Path, all complete and bound. This is a really fun quilt. I really enjoyed doing it. It only takes 2 colors. Okay, that's the Drunkard's Path. Then, because I gifted these, I'm going to show you, I made 3 Turtle Dance, but I gifted them away. So I'm not really familiar with YouTube and how you would put a picture up. So if you want to see the images of these cute quilts, they are on our Facebook. Come on, focus. Anyway, the pictures are up on Facebook. I don't know if I can do it on YouTube. I'll have to look. Anyway, thanks for stopping in today. Go ahead and let me know if you have any questions, and you can head on over to our website at hotchocolatequiltcompany.com for all of these kits. All right. Thanks for watching, and I'll see if I can end this. Bye.